There is one decision that every business owner will face at some point, and that is, how will I keep track of my financial transactions? Is QuickBooks worth it, or would an Excel spreadsheet work just as well? What other options are available, and which one is right for me? If you've asked yourself any of these questions, stay tuned for answers. I'm Kristie Van Pay with Prosperity Bookkeeping, and we make bookkeeping manageable. I have cleaned up thousands of bookkeeping mistakes over the course of my career, and that is why I started this channel, to help prevent you from making the same costly mistakes and to provide you advice on how to make the bookkeeping process work for your small business. By the way, before we even get into it, I have linked my recent blog post, which gives you my top 2021 pick for accounting software and guides you through the decision-making process more thoroughly. If you are in the early stages of your business, or you've been in business a little while, you might be thinking, does it really matter which method I choose for keeping track of my financial transactions as long as it works for me? Since you will likely be keeping track of these things yourself in the beginning, it makes logical sense. However, I would like for you to consider the fact that your financial statements build on one another year after year. That being said, it makes sense to start with a solid foundation rather than having to recreate the wheel each time your business needs change. Let's start by jumping into the 3 basic tools that are available to you for recording your financial transactions. Number 1 is a checkbook register. There are pros and cons to each of these methods, so let's go over the pros of using a checkbook register to track your business's financial transactions. The 3 pros of using a checkbook register is that there are no costs. Number 2 is that you don't need any accounting knowledge or experience. And number 3, it's easy to maintain. The cons of using a checkbook register are that it can be time consuming if you need to extract data from your checkbook register. Also, you have no ability to run reports. Another con is that it doesn't give you a clear picture of your financial position, only your cash position. And the final con that I could think of is that it doesn't tell you who owes you money or who you owe money to. Tool number 2 is spreadsheet software, and that can be Excel, Google Sheets, Numbers, or any other spreadsheet software that you're familiar with. So let's start with the pros of spreadsheet software. The first pro of spreadsheet software is that it's affordable and everyone has access to one form or another of spreadsheet software. Pro number 2 is that you can manipulate data to extract information, at least to some degree. Pro number 3 is that it requires little or no accounting experience. And pro number 4 is it might give you a better financial picture of how your business is doing if you know what you're doing. The cons of spreadsheet software. Spreadsheet software can be more time consuming to maintain, and it also might require you to still keep a separate checkbook register for the purpose of balancing the checkbook. This means that you're duplicating your efforts. The second con to spreadsheet software is that running certain reports requires extensive knowledge of how to use the software, and it might require a great deal of front-end setup and maintenance. Spreadsheets leave a lot of room for error, and they also might require some additional setup to have checks and balances in place. And the final con that I could think of was that it would require additional setup if you would like the spreadsheet software to be able to track who you owe money to and who owes you money. The third tool that's available to you for recording business transactions would be accounting software. So let's go over the pros of accounting software. Pro number 1, you can extract data and reports at the touch of a button. Pro number 2, search features make finding transactions instantaneous and easy. Pro number 3, it tells you the complete story of your financial position without double or triple entry of data. Pro number 4, it has a check register feature built in. Pro number 5, you can see who owes you money and who you owe money to at the click of a button. Pro number 5, you can run reports by unit, by class, by location, by department, as long as the software supports that feature with just the click of a button. Now, what are the cons of accounting software? Con number 1 can be cost. The cost can be significant depending on the software that you choose. And also, if the software isn't expensive enough, you may find that it doesn't contain all of the features that you need, or that it doesn't really support your business, or it may not be sustainable if the pricing is too low. Con number 2 is garbage in equals garbage out. So You should have some knowledge of accounting principles if you're going to use accounting software, or at the very least, know of a professional that you can turn to when you have questions to avoid costly messes down the road. And con number 3, accounting software works best when it's kept up to date. So you definitely need to stay on top of your bookkeeping if you want your accounting software to be working effectively for you and giving you good, timely reports. If you have concluded that a checkbook register or spreadsheet software is sufficient for you and your business, we'd love to hear why in the comments below. You needn't watch any further, unless of course you want to, but before you go, we would appreciate it if you could give us a thumbs up if you found this video helpful. If you have determined that accounting software is the best route for you, then the next step is to decide which accounting software is going to be right for you and your business. If you do a search for accounting software, the number of options that are available to you can be overwhelming. However, despite the wide array of options, I have a top pick. Stay tuned to find out what it is. Using PC Magazine's Top 10 Small Business Accounting Software Picks for 2021, I began my evaluation. Their top 10, in no particular order, were: if you are a small business owner who is serious about your business, and you are not a freelancer or independent contractor or hobbyist, then there are 3 that you should probably eliminate from this list right off the bat. And those 3 are: if you are a hobbyist, freelancer, or independent contractor, see my blog post linked below for things to consider before choosing any of the 3 software options that I just mentioned. We are now left with 7 options. When evaluating which software is right for you and your business, there are 7 questions you should ask yourself. 7. Number 1, is there a wide network of accountants or bookkeeping professionals who use this software should I need assistance now or in the future? Number 2, does it have a good reputation for inventory management if this is something that I need in my business? Question number 3, does it provide the right type of reports that my accountant will need to prepare my taxes? Now, this might require a call to your tax preparer or your accountant to ask them, what will you need from me to be able to prepare taxes for the small business that I've started this year? Or maybe you've already been in business for a couple of years, and I think it would be worth the call to your accountant to just make sure that you are providing to them what they need to properly complete your tax returns, because obviously the easier you make their job, the less they will charge you and the more they're going to like you. Question number 4 is, can it be upgraded or migrated to a more robust version should my business needs change in the future or as my business grows? It's important to note that if it can be migrated or updated, that it can do so seamlessly without you having to reinvent the wheel or start over. Question number 5 is, what is the company that's selling the software best known for? And I think this is important because if they aren't best known for accounting software, then you might want to proceed with caution. For example, you saw that there was an option for GoDaddy. GoDaddy is known for website hosting and email services, and not necessarily a go-to name when you're thinking accounting software. And the same with Zoho. I know Zoho as a contact management database, but they do have a bookkeeping option. I'm not saying that these aren't good software options, but definitely just think about that before you make your decision. Do you want a software that maybe is just a cast off of something that a company is doing, or do you want to go with a vendor that is known for accounting software like Sage or QuickBooks, for example? Question number 6 is it important to you that the software use automation or artificial intelligence to help reduce the amount of time you need to spend on bookkeeping tasks? And question number 7 is, do you like filing? And if the answer is no, then you might want to consider an accounting software that has document management built into it so that you can attach your transactions, receipts, and invoices and things like that to the transaction in your accounting software and eliminate all of that paper, making it easy as well for you to research transactions later on because everything is in one place and you don't have to dig through old file boxes or banker's boxes to find that document that you're looking for. I have given you 3 tools and 7 questions to assist you in choosing the best way to record your business's financial transactions. But if you want a more in-depth explanation of the 7 questions that I've presented here, be sure to check out the blog post linked in the description below. So what is my top pick for accounting software in 2021? QuickBooks Online is still my top pick, and I explain all my reasons for this in the blog post that I've linked below. Be sure to check it out. If you have any questions about QuickBooks or a specific software that you're considering, you can visit our contact page linked below and click on the Request a Call button, and we would be happy to answer any questions that you may have. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Comment below which of the 3 tools, Checkbook Register, Spreadsheet software, or accounting software, fits your style best, and why. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.